by Jidion. This is his response to the whole drama situation of him getting arrested. Let's get right into it and see what he's talking about.
Yo, what's good, y'all, man? So, this is genuinely gonna be my last video ever like this. I'm never gonna make a video like this again, but
Sure,
you know,
we're all YouTubers here, man. We know what it is.
obviously you guys know what's all going on. You guys saw me getting arrested. You guys saw Cold Blues video and everything. And I did a reaction to it, kind of like, oh no, this wasn't right. This is how it happened. Da 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 da. But genuinely, during the last few weeks, I've done a lot of just like inward reflection, and I've been talking to my fiance a lot, and I just kind of came to realize, you know, what I was doing wrong, and I also came to realize that truly your boy was spiraling. You know, I was genuinely losing the plot. And I have to say, like, genuinely, I feel like a hypocrite, you know, because just a couple videos ago, I was saying how what Alex was doing was a distraction from the bigger mission. And then I come along doing what I was doing. And if anything, it was an even bigger distraction from the mission. You know what I mean? Now I had to pay 6+ figures for my lawyer fees and then my fans' lawyer fees and everything. And that money could have been used for the betterment of society, but now it's being used in the legal system. You know what I mean? And it's just completely unnecessary, and it's completely my fault.
Shit, my nigga, you could have wiped at least the crust out your eye, gang.
And while I still don't think I committed a crime, I still do think that, you know, genuinely, I was just being not only just an ass, but annoying. And I've come to realize that, you know, genuinely, streaming makes me the worst me. You know, thinking back on it, every quote unquote controversy, not even quote unquote, every controversy and everything that I've ever got into, anytime I trended on.
That clout, bro, that clout really a drug. You know, again, I don't really know if we give Jidion a pass here in the sense of like, we've seen this a lot. And it gets to a point where it's like, we seen him try to clean up his act. I think he was doing good for a while, but for him to just go right back into his old ways, but in a different font, you know, masked as doing good, it's hard to keep watching somebody make the same mistakes in the same type of way where you're kind of just a nuisance to, you know, the public. It's like, can we really just forgive? I guess, bro. I'm not a very hateful person, so I'm not gonna necessarily lose sleep over this shit. But what he's saying, I think for his type of personality and the content that he's made for so long, there's some truth there, bro. It's different when you have a more structured video off stream. There's no chat. You're kind of just doing your own thing. You're dialed in. But niggas like him, he's clearly addicted to that clout, that rush, that chat, that feedback, that live interaction. It's fueling him to where it's like maybe all the thinking and hesitation and like, oh, maybe I'm tripping right now, it all goes out the window. And we see this happen in so many different forms with other content creators where it's like they're just chasing that rush. I needed the clout. It feels so good. It feels so good. I just got to keep it going. I got to act the ass. Yeah, I'm willing to go to jail. Yeah, I'm a multimillionaire. It's like, why are you even saying this shit? What the words coming out your mouth not even making sense. So I think there's some truth there.
On Twitter for something negative, it's always been for some shaming clip, you know, like the first one that comes to mind is the Pokemon situation. Then the second one that comes to mind is, you know, the Logan Paul thing. And then besides all that, like, bro, I've been in countless beefs, and a majority, I would say probably like 85% of those beefs have come from streaming, you know? And I think what it is genuinely is, you know, I don't think it's a good thing to just look at a chat for hours on end and you're just like in real time getting opinions of people. And then, you know, I know probably some of my other streamers can attest to this. You know, you see somebody in the chat say boring or L stream or something like that. And then it flips a switch in you where you want to be more entertaining and you want to, you know, pump up the levels and everything, and you want to entertain. And I think the reason why I gravitated so much to streaming is because I think I'm just like a instant gratification person, and there is no better instant gratification than you streaming. Because when you make a video, you don't get that instant gratification. You can know you made a fire video, kind of like my going to the most racist town in America video. Like, I know that was a fire video, but it took like a month plus to get it edited and perfect. And then when I posted it, you know, it didn't pop off at first. It was actually a 10 out of 10. And then over time, it grew and grew and grew, and it did what I thought it was going to do. But it wasn't instant gratification. Whereas when you stream, you know, you can have streams where right out the gate you have, you know, thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of people watching you then and there. And then people are clipping you like right away and stuff like that. And you get that instant gratification. But
I literally, it's like, y'all niggas be acting like I don't know what I'm be talking about. Nigga, Bert ain't never stirred you wrong, bro. It's Big Bert.
Where you at,
I'm
Berto?
telling you, nigga got a clout addiction. This nigga got a clout addiction. And even when he's trying to do right, he's just so absorbed in it. He's lost in the sauce, gang.
I'm realizing that's not good for me. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's bad for everybody, because you got people like Queso and Jinxie and a bunch of other streamers who can stream and not, you know, causing controversies and just keep it entertaining. But, you know, genuinely, I'm not that guy, pal. I'm gonna be real. And so, like, I'm not on here, you know, apologizing or anything, because I don't owe you guys an apology. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't affect any of y'all. But I do want to say that I see where I was wrong 1,000%. And to the people I do owe an apology to, you know, I've given them to them, you know, to the boys who got arrested. They're all 18 plus, by the way. I know a lot of people were saying that they were minors. They're all 18 plus, but still, you know, I put them in that situation and they didn't have to be. And at the end of the day, I shouldn't have ever been there, you know. With my values as a Christian, I haven't been moving like that, man. And I've been falling back to my old self. And I've seen some of you guys in the comment section like calling it out, like, Jidion, you're going back to your old self. You know what I mean? Like dibbling and
This nigga look like he's about to cry, bro.
dabbling in pranks and stuff like that. And, you know, even though, you know, Joe wasn't doing a good thing by squatting at his mom's house and stuff like that, you know, at the end of the day, who am I to just, you know, troll and stuff? I have so many other better things I should be doing. Like, that time and money I spent getting that stream set up could have been for a bunch of catches. You know what I mean? Getting bad people off the streets. And so what I'm here to just pretty much say is the shenanigans are stopping. The shenanigans are over. And genuinely, like, this was a very humbling experience that I really needed. And I genuinely think if this didn't happen, it just would have continued. You know what I mean? And who knows? It could have been something worse. It could have been something horrible that I could never come back from. You know what I mean? So I'm just blessed that God let it be something like this, you know, that I put myself in a situation like this to where I can actually rebound and do better. And you know what? You genuinely, to the Woodhaven Police Department, I see where you guys are coming from, you know? Like, bro, you're a small town and you got this YouTuber having fans coming all over the place and stuff like that. You know, you guys have never probably had anything like that happen in your town before. And, you know, quiet towns like to stay quiet. And, you know, to Officer Mitchell, you know, I called you out of your name multiple times. You feel me? Like, if I was a cop, I would arrest somebody too if I was getting called out of my name like that. So,
mind you, you guys just watched my reaction to the body cam footage. Bro was chilling. Bro giving so much warnings. He was copping so much pleas for, it's like, yo, can y'all just go, man? Just go. I'm not trying to deal with this shit.
Genuinely, I feel like there's a lot of blame to go around. And I feel like a lot of the blame has to be pointed right back at me. It has to be directed at me. And it rightfully so, man. You know, bro, I'm getting spammed up with, I'm a multimillionaire. And, you know, genuinely, like, bro, keep it coming.
Why did you say that?
Keep it coming. Genuinely, it doesn't bother me like that because it humbled me. It humbled me. The whole situation humbled me. And the reason why I titled the video what I titled it is because I'm never going to stream again. You know, genuinely, you know, I love streaming, but it's just too much bad comes with it.
I ain't gonna lie, I call cap on that one right there. I just don't, maybe not the IRL shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think you might be okay in the more desktop streaming setting, but you are just too much of a prankster troll to be walking around IRL. This nigga just get to saying bullshit to random people and interacting with all these motherfuckers. I guarantee you Jidion spark up another stream, gang. But maybe he gonna be cool off the IRL shit, because I think that's where you really start fucking up.
And I don't know how to control myself. And so the best way to control myself is to distance myself. And so I just can't stream anymore. And I won't stream anymore because I actually want to be here for the betterment of society. And what I was doing during that stream wasn't for the betterment of society. Now police resources are being wasted and judicial resources are being wasted. And bro, I've dropped 6+ figures on fighting this legally. You know what I mean? And it's just all just unnecessary garbage. And it was garbage content too. And the crazy thing is, you know, from 2024 to now, I was making good content, getting actual bad people off the streets. And it's just crazy that I told myself that wasn't enough, you know? And I think it's just, you know, kind of just seeing all my friends, you know, like seeing Canel do his thing with streaming, seeing Kai, seeing people I know like Speed and all of them doing their thing with streaming. And it's like, oh man, you know, I'm like, I want to go back. And it's like, I'm tempting myself. And then I always just like go back into the streaming stuff when really I should have left that alone, because you guys remember the video.
I don't know, man. Like, again, I think he can cool off the IRL shit, but just my type of personality and type of man that I am, I can't. It just all sounds like bitching and moaning. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, accountability, addressing, maybe even taking a step back and distancing yourself. But I am always from a place like, when you start moving in a place of fear, you're not really fixing the problem. Like, you have such a lack of self-discipline that you literally can't just like be cool. You know what I mean? And then that just makes me judge Jidion or anybody like this, their entire character. Straight up. Like, now I'm looking at everything. The way you dress, the way you carry yourself, your fitness, everything. Your mindset is like, you have no discipline. You have no discipline to the point where you can't just actually just lock in. And some of y'all might be like, nah, Berto, you're tripping. Don't be judging like, you can't just judge people. But it's like, bro, listen to what he's saying. When motherfuckers really, like, it's that deep for me, at least. Now, I'm not going to lose sleep over this, but I just feel like when you hear people talking like this, you got to listen to what they saying, and then it just shows the whole picture. I just can't do it. I can't control myself. So instead of like locking in and learning how to be disciplined, taking a little break, but, you know, figuring it out so I know how to carry myself, period, I'm just gonna walk away. That just feels like if somebody is addicted to drugs, and instead of being able to get to a place where they're strong enough to actually resist and say no, it's like, no, bro, don't show me that, because if you show me, I'm just gonna get right back into it. I know it's hard, but I just feel like a real solution is not running away. It's, you know, maybe taking a break, sure. You know, distancing yourself, sure. Gathering yourself, sure. But you need to learn how to handle yourself. You need to know how to control yourself. You need to know how to have self-control. You need to know how to say no when that pressure's on. And I think that's what should be the ultimate goal, especially if you a content creator. Like, again, if you don't want to do IRL streams, cool. If you don't want to stream again, cool. But when it's coming from a place of fear, oh, if I stream, I'm going to tweak. It's all cop and please. It's all excuses. You're trying to take accountability, but you're not really diving deep enough to where it's like you really attacking the issues. Like, no, you need to change the way your brain think fundamentally. You need to change these bad habits so you can start moving in a way that you actually are proud of. Hey, man, tell me I'm tripping, but I really don't think I am.
Said that I was done bothering society, and bro, look what I was doing. Just bothering society, being a nuisance. You know what I mean?
So you're gonna lock yourself up in the room forever? You know what I'm saying? Not have human interaction? Like, bro, you gotta lock in, gang. You gotta lock in.
And
you need to change your habits all around. You do the way you do one thing is how you do everything, bro. Straight up.
was blessed to find something that wasn't nuisance, you know, actually cleaning up the streets, getting predators off the streets. And instead of just sticking with that and doing that, I got distracted and I got greedy and I wanted to go back into doing, you know, slop content. And, you know, genuinely, I don't think if I went through the situation, I think I would have kept on making the slop content. And genuinely, I think if I would have kept on making this slop content, who knows? I could have affected somebody seriously, like where it would be irreparable and couldn't be fixed. So I quit streaming. I quit nuisance stuff. I quit all that. And I genuinely just want to do good for society. I want to make society better. And that's what I'm going to do. So I just came on here to say that.
That's cool.
And one other thing I've also realized is, bro, I'm going to be real, y'all. You know, I don't know, man. It's like I got a temper on me. I really do. And people that watch my streams, you guys see it all the time where it's like I get triggered. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, the officers were just doing their jobs and I was just getting triggered. And I was acting like a Karen. You know, I had a Karen moment. I feel like we're all due for a Karen moment, but, you know, mine was on camera. And luckily, you know, I feel like we all go through moments like this in life. Not like mine, but we all go through moments like this in life where we're not our best self. But, you know, not everybody has their best self put on camera to millions of people. And genuinely, I wish everybody could have that experience, because when you have that happen, it makes you do reflection. And so, you know what? Weirdly enough, bro, I want to go back to Woodhaven and I want to catch a pred there. I want to actually have a good relationship in that city. If you guys are still calling them or causing them any ruckus or anything, please stop. Do not do that on my behalf. Do not do that at all, man. You know, they're actually out there protecting and serving. And it's a quiet neighborhood, you know what I mean? And I made it not quiet, I'll be honest. And this isn't any PR damage or anything, because, you know, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Genuinely, like, the situation didn't affect anything. You know, if I was clout demoning off of it, I would have just been like, oh yeah, like, kind of like what I was doing before, you know, making jokes about it and stuff like that. But now I'm realizing that I don't want to do this. You know, I want to mature. I was maturing, then I let myself regress. And now I want to keep on maturing. And I want to move on from this. And just because I want to move on from it doesn't mean you guys have to move on for it. I really don't care what you guys do, because like I was saying earlier, I realized I have a fragile ego, bro. I have a fragile ego where, like, I let comments and things people say affect me. And so I saw something that Scarlett Johansson said, and it's crazy. Like, she also said that she has a fragile ego. So the way she combats it is she just doesn't read comments about herself. And I realized, like, the last couple of days, I feel like the reason why I got to this point is because I haven't been reading comments. It's because I haven't been looking at videos about me talking about the situation. And it's letting me come to a more clearer view, because I feel like if I was watching that content, you know, you guys see me react to other people talking about me. You know, I get all riled up and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, why am I triggering myself? You know, no one told me to react to these videos and stuff like that or anything, you know? And so, like, when I post this video, I'm not going to read comments or anything. This isn't for any damage control stuff. So you guys can say whatever you want in the comments. I'm not going to read it, because I'm going to be real. I can't handle it. But you know what I can handle? I can handle these preds, and I can handle making a difference.
Hey, man, you know, again, I think there's some good here. I'm not going to necessarily buy into all of that, but I do think the bigger issue is Jidion needs, I think, as a man, fundamentally, again, I don't know this nigga. There's some parasocial shit to a degree, what I'm saying, but I have seen his patterns over and over and over again on the internet, you know, for years now. We've all seen it. He's taking some level of accountability. I can always respect a nigga taking accountability, but my personal opinion is he need to dive deeper than that, man. If he really wants to make a change, he really want to, you know, if this isn't just a PR statement to save face and he's genuine, trying to be genuine, my advice would be dive deeper, bro. You're doing a lot of, I'm not going to read the comments. I'm like, I can't handle it. I get it. I understand it. And everybody's different. But it's fear. You're scared. You're operating from a place of fear. Like, I genuinely believe that everyone you should be able to read comment. You should be able to be proud of who you are. You should be able to walk and be like, no, I'm moving righteously, quote unquote. And shit, I can take constructive criticism without getting riled up. I don't want to be an emotional, nigga. Every time somebody says something that I don't like, it completely ruins my day and gets me all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I would vote that you need to take that time to really build that self-confidence, that maturity, and that belief in yourself that you can handle yourself in these type of situations, so it can just be stopped, period. Because if you never really fix the issue, then there's always a possibility it can be a problem, right? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I feel like he just gonna yap most of like the same shit. He not really saying nothing for real, but I'm curious to hear y'all feedback. I'll link the original video if y'all want to go check the full thing out. There's only like a few minutes left. I'm gone. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Where you at, family? Tap into the Twitch streams today, man. We got some big announcements potential.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look too easy.